Hello, guys. Oh, okay. Sorry, everybody's on mute. Hi. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining the session. Let's see if someone else is caring to join. We have just about 1 minute before the official start. Okay. Hi, everybody. Okay. I will put you guys on mute. Okay, so we would avoid any echo. If you want to say hello, just unmute yourself and do that. Okay. So I see some familiar faces. Hello, Darren. Hi, Alexander. Shall we start? Okay, I guess so. Okay. So thank you very much for joining the session. This is the very first CPET session. CPET stands for Checkpoint Expert Talks. Hope it won't be the last. The idea is we will discuss transparently and truthfully the different aspects of Checkpoint. Products, best practices, troubleshooting, and everything else. Since we are using the free plan with Zoom, that means we're limited for 40 minutes and 50 participants. We have a bit less than 50, so we're good here. You may keep your video up, or okay, we have some people coming in. Just let me admit everybody. Hello there, we just started. If you want to stay on video, you can do this. Don't forget that will be part of the video recording, so I don't know if you want to be in the picture or not. I definitely want. Okay, it looks like more people are coming, so I will continue talking for a bit, so we can have more people admitted. Okay. I'm muting you guys because, well, the very nice laugh in the background, but probably not something you want to share with us. Okay, well, let's give it 1 more minute and then we will start talking. Let me explain you about the Zoom plan we're using. As I said, this is a free plan. It's limited for 40 minutes. Unfortunately, I would love to have more than we have to pay for this eventually. Well, the session allows up to 50 participants, and we will have video recording by the end of the session, and I will post it during the week. I will post it and will provide the links in my blog and on the Facebook page and on the Twitter, and you would be able to find it on LinkedIn as well. If you want to ask a question during my explanation, please use the chat. You have a chat option with the Zoom. If you want to ask a question with a voice, we will have Q&A sessions and you would be able to do this there. Otherwise, if you have an urgent necessity to ask the question, unmute yourself and just do that. Okay, so let's jump to the topic. The idea of this session is, well, sorry, it's a bit of a hiccup here. It's the first time I'm using the tool, so bear with me. It may be a bit hinky. So we will talk about R80. And R80 is something that happens with Checkpoint for, well, plus 3 years. There is a lot of hype and a lot of excitement about this product. And the reason for that is this is probably the biggest Checkpoint revolution that's ever happened. It's the second one. The first one happened in the year 2000, 2001. So in this session, I would like to explain to you the drivers around R80, why Checkpoint decided to, okay, I probably need to allow more people to join in. Unfortunately, let me see if I can find an option to admit people automatically. Probably not in this meeting. So the idea about R80 is we want to understand the drivers, we want to understand what really happens with the product and why Checkpoint made this big change. So to give you some idea about the history, in '93, as you all know, Checkpoint, or Gilschwert by that time, filed a patent with the US Patent Office that basically described new ideas about securing the traffic, that we call today stateful inspection. And in year '94, Checkpoint released the very first commercial product, went on the market, and till year 2000, Checkpoint was growing this product in organic manner, adding some new features, adding new pieces of code. Somewhere around 99, 2000, Checkpoint decided to rewrite the whole product from scratch. And the reason for that was that the original code architecture, the original ideas, the way they programmed the product was not fitting, was not granular enough, was not allowing Checkpoint to build more complex product and add features on ad hoc. So in 2001, Checkpoint introduced something called NG, or next generation. The funny story about this next generation, as you know, was kind of absorbed by Palo Alto later on. But original Checkpoint release was called NG, next generation. And it means that the different parts of the products were granular, were using the same communication platform, but Checkpoint became able to compile different parts and add new features and new security protections without touching the other products. And then Checkpoint continued to growing organically. I will have to put you guys on mute again, sorry, because the echo is bothering me. Checkpoint was growing the product organically yet again, adding different features, making improvements. There were IPS added, there were some improvements about performance, performance pack, Core Excel later on. And it was rather steady during about 7 years before Palo Alto came into picture with the new bold message saying, look, stateful firewalls are obsolete. We need something new, something different. In essence, this something different was about ability to protect. Okay, we have someone else rejoining. It was about ability to control applications and users in a better manner than before, hence app ID and user ID with Palo Alto. And Checkpoint took this message very seriously and decided to rebuild, to add some features that we know today as identity awareness and application control. However, during this exercise, Checkpoint also realized that they need to change the architecture, the whole idea about how different parts of the Checkpoint product interacts with each other And we have seen some new mockups popping out in 2013, and later on developing in something different that we call today R80. So the question is why we need to change, why all this hype, why so much effort being put in place to change yet again architecture of the product. There are several reasons for that. First one is the management paradigm, the management architecture, the way the Checkpoint builds smart center and multi-domain management is 15 years old. Although we call it management database with R77 and below, in fact, what we have on the management side is a set of text files, the plain text files, not real databases. Also, people needed new APIs, especially for automation to interact with software-defined anything, networking and data centers. Something new had to be introduced. Checkpoint, as you know, has two main APIs with 77 and below that are OPSEC and CPMI. OPSEC is for integration with third-party products, and CPMI is for GUI processes and management commons. But neither one is actually ready for automation, because today's tools, we need REST APIs, we need much more resilient and flexible instruments to run automation on top of the Checkpoint management. Also, the SmartConsole till R80 was a set of different Windows-based applications. And this Windows-based application, for different tasks, you had to open the different binary and run it in a different window. Today, today trend is to run it. It's something that, okay, we have Alex Grossman joining us the third time. Sorry, I lost my thing. It's rather more interesting to have that in a single application. Moreover, as you know, the SmartConsole is Windows-based. Although Windows is still the main operating system for business, the trend is to use different pieces, different software tools. And the original idea behind the R80 management part was to introduce web infrastructure that would allow us to run management instruments and tools from different platforms. That is not yet happening, but the infrastructure is actually there if you look under the hood for the management. So Checkpoint decided to rebuild it from scratch, and rebuild means forget about what we had with our 77 managements and below and to build something new. That management structure is actually using actual database. It's based on web infrastructure services. There's a lot of Java processes running on the management side. Also, with new management, it makes a lot of sense to do something with the firewall, and that something is, well, stateful inspection. Remember 93? It's probably not the best way to deal with the security traffic today. So Checkpoint wanted to do something different, and once the gateway is out, we will see what this something different is actually about. But even with R80 demo, we are able to see some part of the changes that would be done on the gateway side. The main idea is to change the rule-based enforcement logic. I will try to explain it better during the demo part. And also, the rule-based search will be done in a different manner, but unfortunately, I won't be able to show you anything about this today. I will have to wait till the gateway part is released. So after several years of struggle and very complex development, Check Point released half of the product. Half means we all know that the management is out, but the gateway is not yet out. So in 2016, the management was released, and we waited for a gateway for about a year and a half now. There were some rumors that gateway will be released somewhere about mid-March or before CPX. Now the CPX in Las Vegas is ended, but the gateway is still not there. Everybody is very excited to see when it comes out. So what is new with the management? It uses the actual real database to hold all the objects, policies, and the security roles. SmartConsole is a single application now. You can do anything from SmartConsole. It replaces all the tools that we had in all sets of applications. Most importantly, SmartConsole now allows multi-admin parallel access. That means once several admins access the GUI, each one of them can actually make changes on the different elements. Although these changes had to be committed and accepted before applying them on the gateway side. It introduced a new, very flexible, a very nice API to create objects, to manipulate with the objects and the policies and help with external third-party tools. And as I mentioned already, there is a new concept of policies. For most of that part, we have to wait for the new gateway, but we still are able to see how it looks, at least in a demo mode. What is expected for the gateway is, first of all, since the enforcement logic is changed, then we are expecting to see changes in kernel infrastructure. There will be some new kernel modules. There will be some new interesting, very exciting, very interesting technical solutions. There will be new logic of rule-based enforcement that would allow us to jump between big sections when trying to see the rule that would be matched for particular connection, particular session. It would also mean that, in theory at least, new gateway will perform much better than the classic R77 and below gateway. Before that, let me unmute everybody. And have you guys seen R80? Anybody is using R80? Anybody wants to speak up? Okay. Do you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you, because it's very silent. Any of you guys have any questions till now? Okay, no questions. Good, or probably not so good. So let me share the Windows part. Not this one. Okay, as I have something on the chat, but I'm unable to see this. Okay, no questions from Sergey. Thank you. Okay, let's start with the demo. In case you've never seen the R80, you all can install. Okay, I have to mute you all. Sorry. Okay. In case you want to use demo, you always can install SmartConsole with R80, and it has these demo mods that would allow you to connect to existing demo, which I spinned up already before the session to save you some time. Or you can start a new one. Once you say login, Check Point will spin up the management somewhere in Amazon Cloud, and you would be able to connect to that. I actually did just that. So when you start this is a demo mode of the console, and the first thing you would like to see if you open it the first time is what's new. There is a presentation that is always available under what's new here, and that describes the different parts of the tool. Things are shuffled around. The look and feel is not as on the standard checkpoints R77 smart dashboard. It's completely different now, but I will try to show you what are the interesting parts of management here. So the first tab here on the left side is gateways and service. It shows us the status of the current elements of security system. Your gateways over here, and it looks pretty much like SmartTeam Monitor, or at least some elements of SmartTeam Monitor. You see the status of all the gateways, whether or not something is good, CPU usage, memory usage, and such, licensing, errors, if any. I don't have any errors on this particular firewall. The next part is security policies, and that looks almost at the classic GUI. As you can see, there are rules, number, name, the same as before, source, destination, VPN, service and applications instead of services. Data is the new part that is about data awareness, something that the extenuation of DLP that would allow you to control particular data. To use that, you need R80 gateway. And action looks almost like before. Policy, the rest is pretty much classic. What is interesting here is that, for example, for rule number 5, in action, I see something new. Instead of drop or accept, it's there is a symbol for layers. And this particular layer is called web control. So I can actually open it up. Can I? Oh, not today, apparently. I should be able to open it up. And this particular rule number 5 describes access to internet from internal zone. It says as a source internal zone and destinations internet. And then below rule 5, there are sub-layers, sub-rules that allow us to control in more granular manner what actually we want to do with that. And the idea about that is we don't have to match all the sub-rules unless the rule number 5, the main one, is matched for the connection. So only if someone from internal zone wants to go to internet, only then we will start working on this elaborate set of sub-rules. And if it's not matched, then we just jump to the next main rule and go forward. To use this concept, you obviously need R80 gateway. R77 would not be able to understand the complexity of that. Okay, another interesting thing with SmartConsole is that if we click on any rule, below rule we have some additional details, and one of them is logs. So every time we change the rule, we see here the printout from smart log that shows us logs to this particular rules only, and from here we can start spinning it real time, or we can try add additional filter and filter traffic to see particular services and the IP addresses, objects going through this rule. The next part is logging and monitoring, and okay, this basically it's the replacement of smart log. This particular view is exact smart log with the logs for last 7 days and ability to add the filtering the same way you already seen this on R77 and before. There is also something called general overview, which doesn't really work too well. Well, today it does. With the demo, sometimes it just doesn't work for me. So it looks like smart event for you. It is replacement of smart event with the main view of different security events and activities in your security system. And you can also add new tabs, and you can add here different types and views. You can even do compliance reports. You can add additional log view, audit view, and some new features to add. What is interesting here, you can basically take this and detach it from the tool. And well, I'm not sure you would be able, yes. I don't have the second screen, but once you detach it and you have multi-monitor system, you can pull it somewhere and drop it on additional screen and use it from there. And you can snap it back to the main view as well. The last view is manage and settings, and this is basically the tool that allows you to describe administrators and profiles, set up the particular features for the blades, see what are the admin sessions, the sessions that describe the multiple admin access to the system. I don't have any other than my admin demo account that I'm using right now. You can manage revisions. Mind you, since we have database, the real database, we are able to keep very granular set of revisions to work with the systems. Well, there is also somewhat interesting system of tags. We could probably take it on some other session because it's probably too deep for the introduction, and some additional things. So we sent multiple admin access. Multiple admin access means we can try doing something with the rules. For example, if I want to add a new item here, I'm just fooling around. What happens here, once I made a change, there is a pen appearing on my session saying this part is now edited by me. And there is also number 1 in the session. That means that someone made a change. And if I try to log in as a different administrator, Checkpoint allows us to use 4 different admins during the demo session. Let me show you how it looks. So I'm joining as Walter. When Walter gets to the same management, he will see it's just a bit different. Well, Walter is still trying to connect, but the idea is Walter will see rule number 2, which is added by admin user as locked object. He will not be able to do any change on rule number 2 till admin is publishing his session. Okay, so this is Walter now. How do I know it's Walter? I see over here the name of the admin. You see the right down corner is Walter. So if I go to security policy, I see, well, it's a bit slow because it's a virtual machine and a virtual server on the management side. So give me a sec. So as you see, as said, the rule now is grayed out. Okay. The rule now will grayed out, and I will not be able to change it. So Zoom is reminding me that we are about to wrap it up. So I will try to speed up. Unless we have some financial backup, we'll be limited to 40 minutes of the session. That's why I didn't want to start the meeting before 3, although some people were already here. Okay, so let me unmute everybody. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot right now. Anybody? Okay, apparently not. Guys, don't be shy. If you don't like how you sound on the video, I will edit you off. I'm just kidding, but anyway. So that was a demo. Now, to wrap it up, to just to close the discussion, there are different pros and cons using R80 as of today. Everything, okay. Okay, I will have to put everybody's on mute again. Okay, who is not? Okay, it's better now. So, pros to use R80 today. Hold on, I have to close it. First of all, it's automation ready. If you want to start software-defined management, if you want to be able to use new API to edit in and out new objects and new security roles, that you can do already today with R80. And on Checkpoint community, in the Jive, there are actually quite a few examples of how to use these scripts, or you can start creating them by your own if you want. Okay, what happens over there? Someone wanted to come in. Also, it is much better for multi-admin if you have a big team and multiple firewalls. You don't have to use multi-domain management to allow them managing different parts of infrastructure. You can do it right away with R80. Also, the multi-screen view, the ability to detach and to provide multi-screen view with different parts of infrastructure is much better because, as I showed you, you can snap off different elements and put them on different screens. Smart Event is fully integrated, and with reporting, you can use it out of the box. The new rules-based logic will come later on with the gateway. And that's pretty much it. If you want to answer the question, why to use R80 today? There is also some reservations, and these reservations are about, first of all, we only have half of the product. We don't have the gateway part, and the most interesting user case scenarios would be with R80 gateway and sublayers to use there. It will take you a bit of a time to get adjusted to administrative experience. Actually, I'm with Checkpoint for almost 20 years, and it took me about 3 days just to get familiarized with the GUI and being able to open the parts I want to find and touch in R80. It's completely different experience. It's not well, it's not that bad. It's in some things, it's even much better than experience with the previous GUI. Searchability is fantastic, and also if you get used to the tools, I like it today. However, well, it's a learning curve, so be prepared that you will have to do this. Not having gateway is a very big downside. And many customers, at least my customers, are taking their time till the gateway is out. And even with the gateway out, if you know the main concerns with checkpoints, the main concerns are about stability with the new releases, the very new releases, and we've seen this with NG and with R50 and R60 and R70. Every main version comes with unknown stability issues, with some software bugs that need to be fixed. So the best practice in this case, the way I see it, would be to wait till the second release and then go on it, because before that you basically have some unknown risks about yet undiscovered software issues with the product. However, the pros that I mentioned before may outweigh these concerns, and I have some customers very excited about R80. I know that in US, the adoption rates are quite high. In Europe, it's a bit less so. In Switzerland, it's very quiet, to be honest. Everybody's waiting for the gateway. But this is pretty much it. We almost made it, and we still have about 3 minutes. So let me unmute everybody. If you have any questions, guys, please feel free to shoot. You're off mute, so I'm here to answer your questions if you have any. Okay, any questions, everybody? Yeah, okay, I have some questions coming to the chat. Are the major changes in MDS deployment? The same as with the Smart Center. The main changes with the deployment is the ability to access with multiple admins without locking the whole CMA. Thank you very much for joining this session. I'm happy to see so many people joining in. It's the first one, and I will hope to continue, and I rely on your support, guys. So feel free to share it with your colleagues and with your companies. The video will be released in about a week. Thank you very much, and I will be closing the session right now. See you the next time. Thank you, bye.
Thank you, bye-bye.